The CEO of one of the largest investment firms in America stood in silence, hands cuffed, eyes hollow. His billion-dollar empire had vanished, not because of a hacker, not because of a whistleblower, but because of a note, delivered in a plain envelope. It read, "Always write down what no one wants you to remember." Leo didn't look like much. Wrinkled shirt, cheap shoes, no LinkedIn profile. He was an intern. No office, no voice, no future. The kind of person no one notices in a building full of sharks. That's exactly why he was dangerous. Leo's father had been a mid-level accountant before his firm collapsed in a fraud scandal he didn't cause, but took the blame for. One night, as they sat in a near-empty apartment, his father gave him a torn piece of paper. On it was a sentence, "Always write down what no one wants you to remember." Leo kept that paper in his wallet, and when he joined Baltros Capital as an intern, he followed that rule like scripture. Baltros was sleek, powerful, and ruthless. Every morning, Leo printed reports no one read. Every evening, he left the office last, so he could see everything the others erased. He wasn't spying, he was surviving. And in between, he wrote, meeting contradictions, memos that disappeared, project names that changed overnight, even whispered insults behind closed doors. He didn't know what it meant yet, but he knew it would someday. One day, another intern named Rachel offered him a piece of advice. "Don't take notes, not here, they don't like that." Leo smiled. "I'm not taking notes, I'm writing my story." Rachel paused, then added, "Just be careful. This place eats quiet people." One executive, Mr. Green, had taken a liking to Leo. He gave him access to meetings, praised his curiosity, even called him the sharpest kid I've seen. But Leo noticed something else. Green always cleaned his digital trail, always spoke in vague phrases, and always left the room when numbers got specific. Leo started documenting everything related to Green. Behind the firm's glossy reports, something ugly was brewing. Profits looked suspiciously stable, too stable. A fake client name showed up repeatedly in asset reports. Bonuses were handed out before quarterly audits. Leo started connecting the dots. He wasn't just seeing patterns. He was building a bomb. Then it happened. A trade went south. 23 million lost in a single night. Green needed a fall guy, someone who wasn't on payroll. Leo was called into HR. Cold smiles, closed doors. "You uploaded a corrupted version of the risk model." Leo hadn't touched the model, but he had no proof. They revoked his badge and escorted him out. Rachel tried to speak up, but they shut her out too. For 2 months, Leo disappeared from everywhere. Social, email, even Rachel couldn't reach him. But in a small apartment downtown, he was building a case. He organized hundreds of files. He wrote a timeline, sourced backups, added photos, time-stamped every document. Then he printed one copy, just one. He sent it to an investigative journalist who had once exposed a pharmaceutical cover-up. No return address, no signature. Inside, a USB drive, a timeline, a note that read, "Always write down what no one wants you to remember." It took 3 weeks. Then the news broke. Fraud, tax evasion, insider trading. The firm's investors fled. Clients panicked. The FBI got involved. The stock price plummeted. And Rachel? She testified. At the trial, the CEO held the envelope in his hand. He knew who sent it, but he couldn't say it, not without admitting everything. Somewhere in a quiet cafe, Leo sat reading the headlines. He folded the paper, sipped his tea, and walked out. He didn't need credit. He had justice. Moral of the story. Some revolutions don't begin with a microphone. They start with a pencil. And sometimes, the most dangerous person in the room is the one you ignored the longest. Remember, truth doesn't need a voice. It just needs someone brave enough to write it down.